All right, so this is going to be for my Kinesiology 202 career assignment 4 presentation, and I chose to do it on firefighter paramedic. So let's get into it. Number one are the responsibilities that a firefighter paramedic is going to have. Obviously, on the firefighter side, they're going to respond to hazardous situations. There's a couple of them listed out there. Feel free to pause and go read over them. Number two is on the paramedic side, and that's going to be providing patient care and transport. Those are some of the frequent calls that they get. Feel free to pause and read those. Moving on. So the salary, big question. What's the pay like? Pay is pretty good. In Orange County, it starts around 84,000. You can get increases and kind of not stipends, but yeah, you can get increases for certain things like having your paramedic license, bachelor's degree, or certain promotions that you can get. Another big thing is overtime. Overtime is huge in this job, and normally it's 1.5 times, and you can get anywhere from 32 to 56 hours a week. So a lot of overtime available. The prerequisites. What do you need to become a firefighter? You need to be 18 years old, have your high school diploma or your college GE, your EMT license. You need to take and pass the FCTC and a physical test, either the CPAT or the BIDL. Those are for basic requirements, somewhere like Orange County Fire or LA County Fire, LA City, but smaller departments like Fullerton, like Anaheim, like Orange are going to require you to have a Firefighter 1 Academy, which you can do through community college. They might require your paramedic, or they might even require previous work experience at a fire department. Work environment. What's the environment like? Well, when you're at the station, it's pretty chill. You're hanging out with the guys, cooking, cleaning, training. But when you're out on calls, it can be anything from like somebody's house to top of a burning like structure fire or in the middle of a freeway on a traffic collision. It's a very wide range. And you can do anything from medical calls to putting out fires, right? It's very diverse. It's a very wide work environment, and they differ a lot. It's one of the appeal to the job. Certifications, the basic certifications that you're going to need anywhere can be your EMT license and your firefighter 1 and 2 certifications. Sometimes the department will give you those certifications, the firefighter 1 and 2. Other times you have to do them at a community college, like we mentioned. Additional certifications that you either obtain prior to the job or while you're working are going to be your paramedic license, your firefighter 3 and 4, hazmat, rescue, your engineer, your incident commander stuff. So would like to note some departments are going to require those additional ones prior to the job offer, but those are the basics: EMT, firefighter 1 and 2. So what are the common populations that you're going to see and serve? Mainly, it's going to be 45 plus adults, just due to the fact that as you age, you get different medical conditions. You have the possibility of getting different medical conditions. Some of those can kind of lead to chest pain, shortness of breath, or general weakness. But other calls that encompass a wider variety of populations are going to be traffic collisions. You can have somebody who's 16, somebody who's 80, they get into a wreck, with a very wide population there. Or fires and burn victims. Again, it can happen to anybody. It's going to be a very wide population. We just don't see as many 20-year-olds with chest pain and stuff. So very wide population. Here's kind of what the job looks like. Bottom left, we have guys on scene of a traffic collision performing extrication and turnout gear. That's a pretty common thing for them. In the middle, we have a guy with basic medical gear that in his left hand, that's the monitor. In his right hand, that's the orange drug box. Has all sorts of drugs and narcotics in there that we can give to patients. We're also going to have an airway box and a trauma bag. But those are the basics. That's what a medical kind of gear looks like. And then on the bottom right, we see them putting out a fully engulfed structure fire with threat to nearby structures. So kind of all three sides of the job. Most of them are going to be that middle with the medical gear, though. The unions. Firefighters all have a union. Big thing is it kind of goes by the department. Orange County Fire Authority has their own union that's separate. Fullerton Fire has their own union. Orange City, Laguna Beach, Huntington Beach, Anaheim. I listed a couple out there. Feel free to pause and go read over them. But yeah, they all are going to have their union. That's their kind of organization. So interview time. I sat down with my buddy from high school, Jason Robles. He's a probationary firefighter EMT at Rancho Cucamonga. I got to ask him all these questions. I'm just going to kind of highlight some of the main ones, but feel free to pause and go through them. So the job responsibilities, cooking calls and training. It's pretty much his day-to-day stuff, especially as a probationary guy. You're the new guy. His dad was a fire captain. He grew up around the fire station. That's how he got into this. He's known it since he was a young kid. Education, we kind of covered that earlier, so he had his take, but feel free to read that. His favorite part is getting a workout, build some camaraderie with the guys. His least favorite part is running calls at nighttime because it's no fun, right? Nobody likes being up at 3 a.m. for 4 days in a row. How do you see yourself? How do you see the job changing? If for him it was just medicine, he's going to get his paramedic, and then he sees kind of improvement to pre-hospital care, and that's going to be a very wide thing. It's a really big thing right now in the paramedic world. What advice would you give someone going into this career? To sum it up, you can read what he said, but to sum it up, it's going to be keep taking steps forward and don't stop. When you stop, you lose momentum, and just try to keep that momentum going. But yeah, feel free to pause, go read through any of those. If you have any questions, let me know. But that just about sums it up. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. I think it's a pretty cool career. I'm part of the way into it, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So yeah, I hope you consider it.